What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Shopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Liddy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video, goes a long way for you. You become a prize whenever great betting content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. Gotta say, it's weird, the time change. It's still light outside, yet I'm recording on a Sunday. What a time to be alive, everybody. Last week, not my best week. We had two really hot weeks coming off the All-Star break. Those were fun. I want to get back to having fun. We're having fun. That's the goal. Something like that. It's only to make money. That's all I want to do, because that is fun for everybody involved. Just like Bet365 having this ridiculous $365 in bet credits deal going on. Pretty absurd stuff. Again, you deposit $10 over there if you're in Colorado, if you're in New Jersey, if you're in Virginia, and if you're in Ohio. Those are your 4 states. Take advantage of that. Look at me. I can remember things. I didn't even have that pulled up off the top of the noggin. But I'm serious. This sells itself. Bet $1, get $365 when you deposit $10 over there. What a joke. Take advantage of it. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. But we've got some games to get to. 7 games. I want to get our week started off on a better footing for everybody involved. Hey, Nikola Jokic, triple-double for everybody in the premium Discord. You can sign up for that below, too. Happy Sunday. Why is Denver losing 3 in a row? I don't know, but hey, we got back on the Jokic triple-double train. That was great, just like these picks are. So let's get to them. We start our day off with the Pacers taking on the Pistons, and woof. Talk about the walking wounded out here. It's basically The Last of Us season finale. NBA version. We've got Tyrese Halliburton, Miles Turner, Benedict Mathurin, and TJ McConnell out for the Pacers, and Buddy Hield questionable. So, you know, like, all their good players are not playing basketball on Monday. Not ideal. But the Pistons, the Pistons. Jaden Ivey out, Marvin Bagley out, Isaiah Stewart out, Hamidou Diallo out, Alec Burks out, our boy Bojan Bogdanovic still out. What the hell is going on here in Detroit? Could you imagine buying a ticket to this game? I mean, seriously, what are you doing if you're buying a ticket? Have fun if you bought a ticket to this game, but I mean, the books have the Pacers as 3.5-point favorites, 4-point favorites. But considering Detroit has a starter or 2 that are guaranteed to be playing and the Pacers do not, it's as simple as that. I mean, Andrew Nembhard, go save the day again. He did it like one time against Golden State earlier this season, but hey, maybe lightning strikes twice. I just don't know how to project this game out in any kind of a way that reflects good modeling. So I'm kind of in that rare situation where I just say, screw it, give me the home dog spot and move on with our lives. It goes against all logic and reason. I don't enjoy this, but I do like the Pistons here. I'm not going to watch a second of this game. Would not be caught dead watching this game, but if you're one of the 150 people going to it, enjoy it. Detroit, +4, next game. Could not get done talking about the last game fast enough. Thank God, less injury news in this one. And 2 decent teams. Utah, Miami. Here we go. Jordan Clarkson is questionable yet again for Utah. And hey, Kyle Lowry questionable. He played on Saturday. I didn't do a show on Saturday, but was curious how he'd look. Went back and watched a couple minutes of that game. 36 minutes was a lot. I did not expect that out the gate, that's for sure. He was efficient from the floor, but no major impact on the game itself. It's actually kind of sad to see his offensive abilities decline as fast as what they have, but the man does turn 37 in like 2 weeks, so I suppose it's to be expected. Hell of a career, though. Anywho, not sure what is going on with Miami games of late, but they're shooting out left and right. We got the under due to a fortunate run out in that 4th quarter of that first set of the Cleveland home and home, but they followed it up by a shellacking of the over in the second of that duo matching up. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that they scored a lot of points there, but this 222.5 total does look perfectly efficient this time around. Thank God, don't need to be messing with that. Really done betting totals right now of Miami, because again, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. I will, however, point out something on the Utah side where Talen Horton-Tucker, a guy who just keeps stringing together impressive box scores when given the minutes like he has in this starting role. And that is evidenced by the 37 real-life basketball points he put up against Charlotte on Saturday. And while the Heat are definitely not the Hornets, confirmed not terrible like the Hornets, 30-plus minutes of THT Dynamite is going to lead to some box score stuffing, if nothing else. So I haven't put this play out there in a bit. We did hit it the one time I featured it on the video, but THT to hit more than 1.5 threes is plus money at FanDuel right now. You give me plus money on this prop with his current minutes allotment, and I expect positive regression on the 29.2% three-point shooting he has for the season. I think 2 of 6 gets it done. That's hashtag math. So think if it's available at your book and it's not even money or worse, go ahead, play it, get that plus money behind it. If it's got the plus sign, gets a certified like from me. Hey, how about that? 2 likes to start off the day. Memphis, Dallas, they're running it back, but this time, version number 2, not in Memphis. We're going to Dallas for this one. Of course, the big news, Luka Doncic is out. Kyrie Irving, questionable. If they both sit, how is this line -1? Just throwing it out there. So we got to play a little bit of the injury speculation game. They need to start winning basketball games. There's no doubt about that. I don't quite understand what's going on with Jason Kidd's rotations of late too. Christian Wood, maybe he didn't want him. Maybe he's very mad at him because he cannot play defense. But he's only playing like 15 minutes a night now. It's like a complete hot hand situation. He's like a true bench dude. Not great, but Kyrie sat in when that game happened in Memphis. I think he's closer to sitting again for this one. You need both of those pieces healthy. They do need to win basketball games, no doubt about it. So maybe I'm overthinking that one a little bit, but even if Kyrie Irving plays, maybe there's limitations. Maybe he's not 100%. I just feel really good about Memphis in this spot. We've talked about them a lot this season, even without Steven Adams and John Morant here for the foreseeable future. They're 40-26. They are plus 3.9 in adjusted net rating. They are number 1 in defensive rating in the NBA this season. What are we doing with this line? I have a chance of backing Memphis at an efficient number if Kyrie Irving plays, but it would be +4. I would have Dallas is +4 or greater in almost all scenarios where Kyrie Irving is not there. I expect this line to be moving actually in Memphis's favor regardless. They just beat it by 4 at home. Again, home court advantage counts different things for different people, but I will say this, your one lock of the day, Memphis money line. Bang, -1 if you want to do that to the spread. I kind of like both of them as it is, but just saying, no way that if Kyrie Irving doesn't play, that you aren't getting the most insane value on the board tomorrow, betting outrights with Memphis. Speaking of insane value, if you are in Colorado, if you are in Ohio, if you are in New Jersey, and if you are in Virginia, this is the most absurd piece of value you could get on the entire board for tomorrow. You bet $1 over at Bet365 when you sign up in the video description box below and deposit $10, and you're going to get $365 in bonus bets. They're named Bet365, giving you $365. Makes sense to me. What a promotion. What a ridiculous thing that they have going over there. So I repeat, Colorado, New Jersey, Virginia, and what's the last one? Ohio. Those would be the 4. You'll want to fire those up immediately because you can guarantee yourself a massive win. So get happy like that guy on the screen. What a dum-dum. But either way, just fire it up because value is value. And $365 in bonus bets automatically just by signing up for something, that's a joke. So please, bet that $1 over at Bet365. I wish I lived in one of those 4 states so I could take advantage of it. Might do a road trip to Colorado sometime soon. That might be a good idea. Either way, sign up in the video description box below. The offer sells itself. It's a joke. And if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Back to the picks. Next up, we have my Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Atlanta Hawks here. I gotta tell you, it was pretty heartbreaking on Friday. I think you all know what I'm talking about. Thought we were going to backdoor a cover. Naz Reid from downtown. What a shot. And we lost the bet, and all hope and dreams shattered down the drain. Teddy KGP, anyone? Rounders? Cool. Whatever, let's talk actual basketball here. Rudy Gobert questionable for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Confirmed matters. Bogdan Bogdanovic, excuse me. Get my Bogdanoviches switched up sometimes. They're not related, so don't worry about that. He is questionable here for the Atlanta Hawks. We'll say he's been kind of seeing fewer rotation minutes. Saddiq Bey playing more than him. They've been going to some small ball lineups without him at times. Okongwu's been very serviceable off the bench. They're kind of taking a center hot hand approach then. This rotation has just been very, very interesting to be paying attention to. Jalen Johnson playing some minutes there as well. Lots of weird things with Atlanta. I think from a props perspective, having a tough time getting to anything there. Thought maybe some Trae Young, DeJounte Murray love would pop, but nope, nothing as of right now. You can always hit me up at Twitter at Eric Lindquist or in the comment section below. I'm always looking, always watching. Look at the baby, look at the baby. Shout out old school. But Minnesota Timberwolves, I like plus 5.5 here if Rudy Gobert plays. I want to say that very clear. I know that we have all of our jokes, and I know that I'm heartbroken. I know I would rather have Walker Kessler, so get that out of the way. Hate everything about being a Minnesota sports fan, other than the fact that they've been really good to us outside of Friday's heartbreak. So running it back, I think this line should be a little bit closer to minus 3.5, minus 3. Let's see. Minus 3.2 in the model. There you go. That's called value. So that's with Rudy Gobert in. If he's out, pass. When I started this show, I didn't think it was possible. I did not think it was remotely possible to find a game that I hated more than the first one, Pacers and Pistons. Ugh. Nobody playing. Everybody out. But I think I hate this one more. It's the Boston Celtics on the road facing the Houston Rockets. At least I bet something in Indiana and Detroit. I have no freaking clue what to do here. We got Alperen Sengun, the only guy in the entire game with any kind of injury designation, and he is probable. He's probable. Peyton Pritchard's going to continue to be out. I guess that's something of note too, but he's not really in the rotation at the moment. I'm just saying, we're looking at a 12.5 point spread here. Yeah, Houston gets all of their pieces back. Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen Green. It wanes your interest on Sengun. Maybe we can find some unders when those props come out. But as of right now, I hate these double-digit road spots. I feel very, very much inclined to take the dogs in a lot of these scenarios, but I don't know how because they suck. They are bad at basketball. They're not enjoyable to watch. Their modeling is terrible. Can I just repeat a couple of bad things about them? That would be nice. 29th in adjusted offensive rating, 29th in adjusted defensive rating. When there are 30 teams in the NBA and you're the second worst at both categories, you're awful. You award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. Boston minus 12.5, though. Please don't bet it. I'm just going to be leaning next. The Kevin Durant-less Phoenix Suns take on the Golden State Warriors. This would have been a high voltage, high fun game. Rip City. It's kind of funny because Slim Reaper. Look at me being funny and stuff. Landry Shamet also out for Phoenix. That doesn't matter as much as Kevin Durant, that's for sure. Paying attention to Golden State, though, how bad has Jordan Poole been from a real-life basketball perspective? I'm going to answer for you. Very bad. Like, Golden State, they got to be really enjoy being back home here because, again, they win a lot of games at home. They lose a lot of them on the road. Back at home, they beat Milwaukee on Saturday. Just wild stuff that's off from that. See, when Saturday's your only day off and you go back and look at stuff, you're just surprised by certain things. That is a little bit surprising to me, but speaks to some of the changes. And I think it showed up immediately. 43 minutes from Steph Curry in that Milwaukee spot. Pretty wild to be seeing that also with Jordan Poole down to 25 minutes. That is what they need to be doing with Jordan Poole. I get it. You gave him a lot of money. You're invested. Play him the amount of minutes that it's required to get the maximum usage out of your team. And playing Jordan Poole 34 minutes, 36 minutes a night, sure ain't it. Keep him out of the starting lineup, have him come off the bench, let him flamethrow a little bit, have him be your other splash brother. Do whatever you want, but do not play him as many minutes as what you were anticipating when you gave him $1 bazillion last year. He's not the worst, but he's just not very good on the defensive end, and that's kind of what I care about when it comes to winning basketball games. But either way, I look at the under here, 239.5, and I think it's a little bit fascinating, mainly because Phoenix without Kevin Durant, I just don't project them out to be putting up this kind of points allotment to be hanging with the Golden State Warriors. 22nd in terms of pace. I did think about making this a single game parlay where I took Golden State on the money line in addition to the under, because I think a lot of the scenarios where Phoenix fails here, you're getting that little bit of a bonus, 239.5, but the main reason I'm not is because I think it could just end up being a Hulkalian smash, absolute smash fest from Golden State here. So I like the under more than I like Golden State -4, but might be combining some of them together, might be putting the money line together with it too. Some different pieces to be entertaining going into tomorrow, but that is my best bet. Like it. And the very last game of the night, we have those Milwaukee Bucks who just lost to Golden State on the road. going to Sacramento, and Sacramento with a great road win in Phoenix. See, it's all intertwined in these evening fests. You get the same crew of guys, back-to-back games. Of course, you come to the West Coast from Milwaukee. You don't want to go anywhere except for you don't want to go to Sacramento. Oh, no, Sacramento seems okay. Wine, right? Farming. I don't know. Not my favorite place I've ever been. Just throwing it out there. But Giannis Antetokounmpo, questionable. Confirmed matters a lot. It's a hand issue. I think we're going to know pretty quickly whether or not he plays or what. Does he warm up with the intent to play with a hand injury? I don't think that's how it works. So I think we're going to know pretty clearly what happens. I think that's fully expressed in the spread here. Would obviously want to be on whichever side of it Giannis was not. If he's in, Milwaukee makes sense. If he's out, I would want Sacramento +1. Every single bit of that you got, that's for damn sure. But as it stands right now, I want to talk the rotation of Sacramento because Keegan Murray, something very fascinating happened last game in that Phoenix win, that road win I talked about. Keegan Murray scored 0 points, had 0 rebounds, 1 assist, played 15 minutes. Now, does he still get the de facto start? Are they going to try to limit him going forward? Is it something where he was just so ungodly bad and he has nothing on the defensive end? Because he doesn't. Most Iowa Hawkeyes don't. I mean, they scored 100 points a game when he was in college. It was ridiculous last year. Couldn't guard anybody. Keegan Murray, defensive liability confirmed, but they also are kind of a defensive liability of a team as it is. But I just want to point it out. It's a 1-game sample size. I don't want to go completely overboard, which is why I'm leaning on the under 10.5. Again, this is something that I am definitely entertaining. As it stands, though, I want more Giannis information. I want to be looking at that rotation even a little bit more in depth to see exactly what worked for them going up against Phoenix. But in the event that you're seeing Keegan Murray get limited and Malik Monk comes off the bench and just turns into God every time, there's definitely a path where he's playing under 20 minutes a game, even in a starting role. So Trey Lyles played over him there to finish out that game. Maybe it happens again, and we have some value on the under of 10.5 points for defensively defunct Keegan Murray. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Head to that comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays for Monday. Check out Bet365. Such cool stuff that they have going for you there. Get those $365 in bet credits. And if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. I'll be back on Tuesday. Let's get this week started right. I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the NBA streets on Monday.